Hi guys, so I'm going to do a review of the film The Pact II, the sequel to the 2012 film The Pact. Now, I found the first film decent. It was kind of had a mixture of like a slasher, mystery, supernatural elements. It was okay. It wasn't amazing or anything. I think I gave it like a 5 or a 6. The sequel, it's just one of those films, like a lot of horror films, that they don't really need a sequel. Such as The Descent, one of my favorite horror films. It was kind of to me, it was just almost perfect in its entirety. And the sequel was not only unnecessary, but it actually ruined the first movie. To me, anyway. So I hate The Descent 2. So some films, I mean, you have in horror, you have these series that go on and on and on, and they have multiple sequels. And, you take them for what they're worth, and you like some, you don't like some. But just films like this really didn't need a sequel. So the first film dealt with these two sisters who are going back home for their mother's funeral. And it involved, like, family secrets. And it centered on one sister, Annie. And involved a killer known as the Judas Killer. The second film deals with a girl named June. She lives with her boyfriend, who's a police officer. June she works as part of, I guess, a company that does crime scene cleanup. So if there's a crime or murder, someone commits suicide, she goes and cleans up the blood, the brain matter, all that stuff that the families don't want to deal with. So she starts slowly to see things, and it comes to her knowledge, and this happens kind of early on, that her mother, who she's thought all along was her mother, was not. Her real mother is Jennifer Glick. And if you remember anything about the first film, Jennifer Glick was one of the Judas Killer's victims. So then she starts to see things, doors close, things move, all that. And like I said, the acting wasn't bad. I didn't really care for the story because, like I said, it didn't really add anything new to the existing storyline from the first film. You just kind of saw more of the supernatural stuff and Judas. And there's like a twist, I guess, at the ending, but it's kind of predictable, at least to me anyway. And yeah, I just kind of felt bored. It was just, the whole time I was thinking, this film did not have a reason to exist. It just didn't add anything to the original film or to the idea of the killer, and it was just, that's the whole time I was thinking, gosh, why, it just didn't make sense to me. And it didn't really try to do, I guess it tried toward the end to do something a little different, but it was just one of those films like The Descent 2. Why do you exist? You don't need to exist. You don't add anything to this franchise. You're just kind of take away from it. Although this film didn't as much as Descent 2. This film was okay. But yeah, just kind of pointless. It got kind of draggy toward the end. The pacing got really slow. And like I said, I found it kind of predictable. But yeah, The Pact II, I gave it, I guess, like a 5 out of 10. If you watch the first one and you're curious, you can watch the second one. There's some of the same characters, like Annie, who was in the first one, is in the second one, and Stevie, who is the girl who could kind of see supernatural elements or like feel spirits or whatever. She's also in the second one, just for a brief moment. But yeah, The Pact, kind of disappointing. And so this is day 10 of the 31 Days of Horror. And yeah, doing good so far. Hopefully I'll make it through the entire month. And as always, thanks so much for watching.